What's up, y'all? It's another rainy day in our summer of 2023. Seems to be the common thread for us for this summer is rainy days. It hasn't really quelled the excitement, though, at this Thousand Trails park that we're at. It's not a full Thousand Trails park. It's a Thousand Trails Collection Park. It's a little bit different. We had a lot of people leave this morning. I mean, a lot. And it almost filled right back in immediately. I thought everybody was going to take off because of all the rain. But that's not true. People that want to be here for the 4th of July squeeze right in despite the rain. Now, we did get a break in the rain for a little bit. And I wanted to share with y'all what it's like in such a busy park. Because I talked yesterday about having to deal with all the people that come for the weekends. For the big deal weekends like Memorial Day, Labor Day, 4th of July. What is it like when you need to walk the dog? That actually has probably been the most frustrating thing for me. So I decided I'm going to go take her for a walk, take her to the dog park here, and I did a time-lapse video. I haven't looked at this yet, so we'll see how this looks. But I did a time-lapse video to just kind of give you guys an example of what it was like, how busy it was. Now, this obviously is not as busy because it's a bit more wet and rainy right now, but there's still, I can't just let her run free. I kind of have to keep her tight. About every other campsite winds up having dogs at the campsite that she wants to go talk to. Daisy has a bit of a problem where we want to walk down one side of the street and she just wants to wander back and forth across the road. And here there's way too many bikes, scooters, electric bikes, the golf cart thingies, cars, people, pedestrians. It's just too much. So it's been a little bit more stressful because I've had to keep Daisy on a short leash, holding her right by my side. And with her being a 90, almost 100-pound dog, she can almost knock me around. So it's a bit of a struggle, actually, to move around. The dog park here, though, is quite epic. And so since we're doing the whole trying to be outside for at least an hour every day in July, while we got a break in the rain, Tanya and I did take Daisy over for some quality time at the dog park. This dog park is huge. It's sectioned off into 3 different parts. Every one of them is big. We actually just hung out in the small section, and these other 2 families brought their dogs and were in the bigger section, but it looked like they were going to get along with Daisy, so they came on in and were playing and having fun. But it's the getting to and from the dog park that's a bit tough, especially when you're hauling a big dog. Because right now, I'm not kidding, every other campsite has dogs. Daisy tries to pull me into those campsites most of the time. Some of them she doesn't care. Some of them she doesn't notice that the dog is there. But then there's times where she's just like, "Come on, Dad, let's go over here. I want to meet a new friend." And then she starts her whine. So that's one of the parts. But the other part is just trying to keep her from knocking somebody off of a scooter, because she will just all of a sudden dart across the road right in front of somebody. And now I'm kind of responsible for that, because if her leash then ends up hurting somebody, that's big trouble. So I have to focus on that. Now, we did choose to stick around here. We talked about maybe going to the mall or to Walmart, but the girls are still being very active and engaged with friends around this RV park, and so we decided let's just stay here, let them have their fun. Kaylin got a lot of volleyball in. She's even talking about she wants to start a volleyball team. It's like, oh, that's pretty cool. And they did things like Kira got temporary tattoos over at the Big Top tent. I wish I had more footage of this stuff for you guys, but I spent most of the day cleaning and dealing with a gnat problem. We've got a gnat problem. Gnat or fruit flies. I've brought that up before. I've never stopped to interrogate them to find out are you a gnat? Are you a fruit fly? I don't know. Tanya and I have gone through so much trying to deal with it. So just did a lot of cleaning when I had a chance today. Dumped the black tanks. I'm in preparation for getting back up and cleaning the air conditioner. For my shop vac, I got these cool little tips that I put on the end of the vacuum that you can get into tight little spaces. And I was using that to clean up even more cat litter there's some cat litter that got down into little cracks that I couldn't reach before, and now I can. Like, hey, that's cool. And then we've always struggled with, if you've got the sliding glass doors on an RV shower, you've got grooves down in there that become hard to clean. And then all of a sudden I realized, hey, I can just stick this right down there in those little crevices and clean that right up. So maybe some of this stuff is contributing to why we have a gnat/fruit fly problem. But yeah, we just went all out, and then I was actually using the little tip on the vacuum to go around and I was sucking gnats right out of the air. But from there, Tanya and I were just going all out. It was like a video game, swatting gnats. They're getting a little frustrating. We're getting a little tired of it. I've seen online where other people in other areas have been complaining about a gnat infestation. So I don't know if it's just something we're doing wrong or if this seems to be more common right now in the United States. I know last year we struggled with, from like September through the end of the year, we had struggled with a stink bug infestation. And when we were in South Carolina in October, it was an infestation. I was vacuuming up 100 stink bugs a day. It was bad. But I had heard from other people that seemed to be a recurring theme, not just with us. It was other people were asking questions. Hey, how do we deal with stink bugs? And now I'm seeing people ask how they deal with gnats. So that could be one of the things that if you're thinking about the RV lifestyle, you might have to worry a little bit more about how do you deal with the season's bug infestation that's popular and hip right now. I know nobody wants to call that hip. But we took care of a lot, and then I went to the grocery store, went to the Price Chopper and Dollar General and picked up some stuff while the girls stayed out playing in the rain. And I came back, and right before I was going to sit down to talk to you, I killed about 5 more gnats. It was like they just came out of the woodwork. We're still undecided about what we're going to do as far as fireworks go. There's a lot of opportunity to see fireworks out here. We've discussed Fort Ticonderoga, the $1 Million Beach in the Lake George Village. There's a lot of opportunities to see fireworks in this area. One of the things in the past, well, one, obviously Daisy's not going to be a fan, so she'll have to be inside the RV. I just hope she doesn't pick up a new habit of deciding to tear a hole through the wall. I don't think she will. I think she'll just pace back and forth. Kira, however, has not been a fan of fireworks in the past. I think that she's getting more used to it, even though she hasn't vocalized saying, Dad, I'm cool with fireworks now. But I think that as long as we take something, some kind of an earmuff or something that she can block the noise, I think she'll be okay. So it'll just be a matter of where we want to go. There's even a Six Flags up here, Six Flags Great Escape. And Tanya was like, well, we could just even go park in a parking lot there and watch their fireworks. That's true. I'm leaning towards the $1 Million Beach. That sounds pretty cool. From the $1 Million Beach, you can look just straight up north, up Lake George. I bet you that's a pretty epic view of the fireworks. What are you gonna do for the 4th of July? What do you have on your agenda? You gonna barbecue some barbecue meat, some ribs and brisket? Are you gonna grill some hamburgers and hot dogs? You gonna shoot off some fireworks at home? Or are you gonna go to a fireworks show? What's on your plans? Let us know down in the comments. We would love to hear what you guys have got planned for your 4th of July. Are you out RVing, or are you spending time at home? Are you traveling to spend time with family for 4th of July? How do you best celebrate the birth of our nation? And I didn't like having to flush my tanks today because the park is so crowded. Our neighbors are very close. Like, I literally, when I go walk past the girls' bunk slide, it's like it's almost up against the neighbor's picnic table. So if they'd been sitting there, I'd be walking like right behind them to then go to the back black tank to flush it. Maybe I should have waited. Thankfully, they weren't out having a picnic. They were like setting up, getting ready to go for a walk. They weren't eating or anything when I was doing that, but made me a little iffy. Like maybe I should have just pulled it and not bothered with all the extra flushing today and waited for things to calm down. But who knows, with it being 4th of July on a Tuesday, this might be kind of a crazy week all week long. I just don't know. I do know that our toilet was doing the burp, which is one way. Once you get an RV, or if you have an RV, you'll know that your black tank sensors are almost useless. They get dirty and they never really tell you what the true level is because they're dirty. And it's near impossible. It can be done, but it's near impossible to get them clean and keep them clean. So what happens is that your black tank will let you know by your toilet burping at you. And I mean, it's not lethal. It's not the worst thing in the world. I've had a pretty bad burp one time, but most of the time it's just you see the bubble popping at the bottom of the toilet, and it's like, oh, the black tank is full. It needs to be emptied. Doesn't necessarily mean it needs a full flush, but you definitely should go pull it and let it empty. And the reason it's doing that is because there's a vent that runs up to the ceiling, and that vent is blocked because it's full. So the gases that are inside the toilet or the black tank, they need to escape. So they're going to escape when you open the toilet. And that's saying, empty me, empty me. So there you go. I probably could have waited. I probably could have just done a normal empty it and been done. I think that I probably would have done that if I had seen them out there like getting ready to eat at their picnic table. I would have had second thoughts. Might have only even just done the front black tank, the one that was burping, just be like, look, I gotta get that one emptied. But sometimes we make decisions and then we second guess those decisions later. It happens. Alright, y'all, thank you all so much for watching our daily vlog. Sorry this one seems a little bit more boring. It's just me talking to the camera. I hope the footage turned out of walking Daisy back to the dog park. I kind of just held it as I was going. I was worried it might be shaky. You can let me know how the footage was. Alright, thanks again for watching. Remember that life happens, even a burping toilet. Don't let it stop you. Stay fresh, cheese bags.